In this video, I need to view two workbooks, or two parts of the same worksheet, simultaneously. And even more than that, I would like, as I scroll on one of these workbooks, for both of these workbooks to actually scroll simultaneously. So to do this within the exact same worksheet, because if you look down to the sheets, we've got a customer list for January and a customer list for February. If I would like to see these two side by side and compare them like we have in this picture, we will need to use the command that we learned in the previous video of view and new window. This now is the copy of the workbook, as we can see by the :2. We can now move on to the customer list for Feb. I'm going to turn the grid lines off and zoom in and use Alt and Tab to switch. So now we have February and January. If I'd like to see these side by side, move to the View tab and choose to view these side by side. And as you can see, it says, instead of switching back and forth, view them side by side. It makes comparing easier. That brings up a new dialog box which shows any other open Excel workbooks. I'm going to select this file and click OK. And as you'll see, sometimes it might create a very strange setup. We can try and click on Reset Window Position, and let's move to Arrange All and choose to view these vertically. And if you're still having difficulties, I would recommend using the Windows 10 features, holding down the Windows key and moving to the right, and then choosing the other side on the left. Now you'll notice, which we can't quite see over here, is when we choose to view side by side, automatically the synchronous scrolling option will be activated. And this is what allows us to scroll through in one document. However, the other document will change in unison with our scrolling. So once again, let's snap this to the left, holding the Windows key and the left arrow. And since the synchronous scrolling has been switched on, even though I am in the customer list for Jan, as I use my scroll wheel and scroll down, you'll notice that both the left and the right workbook is scrolling. And as you can see, this allows us much easier comparisons, especially since each row is lined up very well on each side. We can scroll through and immediately compare the January to the February numbers. So in summary, we've actually used a technique that we learned in a previous video of using a new window. Then we looked at viewing side by side, arranging our windows in an appropriate way to allow us to use the synchronous scrolling, which allows us to scroll through a single document. However, both will change in unison, allowing for much easier comparisons. And I'm sure you've had many different types of data sets that could have benefited from this type of technique. We'll see you in the next video.